Hello, and you may remember last week we were playing around with this HP plotter, cleaning it up, making it a bit more presentable. We also printed out with these pens, which were a little dry. Well, what I've gone and done is bought some 3D printed collars which allow me to actually hold new Sharpie pens, like so. These can then replace the difficult and hard to find HP pens and go into the mount here. These were bought from Annie Jacob, details there, and have a number of colours. As you can see, when it's mounted in the device, that the case needs to be cut here and here. So first thing to do is to mark on the case where I want it to be cut. So just using a pencil and a ruler for now. Just get an approximation of how I want to cut the case. Something like that should be sufficient to let the pen through. So cut this bit. So with the case off, it's a little bit easier to see what needs to be done and how the structure is underneath. It looks relatively simple to do. So cut across here and make it neat. So I used a little tenon saw to get going. Not too bad, just about right, nice and straight, good, good, good. Same again, cut the other side. Not the prettiest of jobs, but I imagine with a bit of filing we can actually make this look good. So I got a small file and just started to take off all the bird. A little neater. And once fitted in place, doesn't look too bad. You can see that it will work. Next up was to put the pens into the carousel. So each 3D printed collar only fitted one way, so it was a case of using the ultra thin Sharpies and fitting them into the collar and then mounting them into the carousel, replacing the HP pens which were a little used and dry. Yeah, each pen was a little tight with the collar. One concern I did have, or do have, is the pens flapping around because they're quite long and they may upset the actual plotter, but we'll see. The finished article, 6 pens, ready to go. With the carousel dropped into place, doesn't look too bad, and it appears that the groove and the cut in the case is in the right place, so we should be able to go with a bit of a test paper and go with the test pattern. So with a piece of paper in, we can turn on the device, hold down P1, P2, and it goes into a demonstration mode and prints out a demo drawing that it has held in memory. And here we go, exciting, it's working. Here you can see the line graphs are slightly out. I think that might be to do with how the collars are being picked up by their pen. Needs a little adjustment. Bugger, we have a problem. Okay, let's look at this scientifically. Let's take the pens out. Let's just try the 3D printed collars alone in the carousel. Is it the collars alone that are the problem, or is it the length of the pens flapping about? Let's see. And that would suggest a problem with the collars. Okay, let's take a look at those. So they're 3D printed and a little rough in places. So I decided to give each one of them a little rub with a file and just take off the edges, make them a little bit smoother. Let's have another stab at this with the pens in place. And I think we have a success. Doesn't look too bad. A little off in places, but yeah, nice to get some nice new pens.